Once you take off your long sleeve, there's an idea.
All right, you want to get on camera, bud?
Don't put it on camera. He's not ready.
Yeah, face it to him, would you? Yeah, I got it.
Autumn, get off my stool. I was giving a head shake. No.
We'll shave your head. All right, so let's see.
Hi.
Can I see you?
Me? Well,
No.
Perfect.
where's the step stool?
Here, we're gonna put it closer to you.
Where's the step stool?
You, it's, I don't know where it went.
You took it. What'd you do with it?
Why don't you move your stool a little bit closer? Dylan, stop messing around. Get off the stool for a second. There you go, right there. No, let's get up. Stand up. There. Okay, don't mess around.
Go. Go. My sister is not shaving my head.
If you don't think it's tall enough, you can use a chair.
Mom, don't let her shave my
Just
head.
a couple swipes, I said.
No, don't let her shave my head.
I
am shaving.
Let's try it. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Good to go. All right, everybody, good afternoon. We are live from the Baldrick St pub in downtown Norwich for a little bit different but still important 2021 Norwich St. Baldrick's. Thank you for joining us. First time ever, we are broadcasting on Facebook and also YouTube on our St. Baldrick's channel. A little bit different this year because of the pandemic. It actually was exactly a year ago that things started to change a few days before our event last year. Some of the restrictions started to go in place in terms of number of people that could gather and things like that. So last year, our event was the same weekend, but it was closed to the public. We just had people come in and shave with close family or friends. And then we ended up right after that kind of going into a complete shutdown as a state and eventually as a country and stuff. So a little bit different this year. We had hoped to have a live event. Obviously, some of the restrictions are in place, but we're doing it we're doing it virtually this year and potentially something that we may do in the future, at least to broadcast it live for anybody who can't attend so we can increase our audience. For those who don't know me, I am A. Wesley Jones. I am the co-event organizer for Norwich St. Baldrick's. Been the event organizer now for about 7 years. This actually will be my last year. I'm going to hand it off to somebody else for next year's event, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But so this is going to be a little bit of a mix. We have a lot of people who are joining us via Zoom. Some of them have already been shaved this morning, and they're going to join us to show us their heads. Some are going to get shaved right on camera. We have a couple people who are had videos that were submitted, and some of our committee members, myself and a few others that are shavies, are going to get shaved right here on stage with us. So just quite a mix. We're going to move through the event and see how it goes. Again, it's kind of new to us, but should be a lot of fun. So thank you for joining us. Along the screen, you can see the website to for our St. Baldrick's page. If you're inclined to donate to the cause, please, you can type that link in. We'll take in any donations today or over the next few weeks that go towards the event. Right now online, we have over $28,000. Our goal is 30,000. I can tell you that we will meet our goal. We have some other money, which we'll talk about as we go through the day, but we are absolutely going to meet our $30,000 goal this year, which was quite amazing because, you know, we had no idea what to expect since we were doing this virtually. Joining me also today is Brian Burton. He's going to kind of be the MC. I'll jump in and help him throughout the day as we kind of maneuver through our shavees as they get shaved. But first, what I'm going to start with is actually a video. This gentleman, his name is Christopher Barros. He's this year a 10-year shavee of St. Baldrick's. Christopher comes from over in Tompkins County and actually found our event several years ago and started attending. He is very committed to the cause for very personal reasons, which you will see. And we're leading off the event with Chris's video because it's very important to understand what we do and why we do it. So we'll play that video now. This is our shavee Christopher Barros, a 10-year shavee and now a night commander with Norwich St. Baldrick's.
Okay, hi everybody, I'm Christopher, and we're doing St. Baldrick's virtual, so sorry we couldn't see you all, but we know you're there in spirit. You can start shaving anytime, kid.
Gotcha.
Famous last words. So this is my 10th year of doing this, and something I wanted to share with you guys that I hadn't shared before. Wes and I had talked about it a few years ago, but my daughter didn't know, and we didn't know how she would take it, because my wife and I had lost a child a year before Lillian was born. And the reason I do St. Baldrick's is March 17th, 1993, my son was 4.5. And he was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, T-cell type, and he lost his fight. He was 6, and he was a beautiful boy, beautiful, just as beautiful as his sister behind me. So I learned of St. Baldrick's, and I heard the story how it started, and it resonated. A couple of drunks got drunk, shaved their head just for the sake of fun. Not that I would ever do something like that, but so I do this every year. I've been doing it for, like I said, this is the 10th year of doing this, and I do it in memory of my son Joshua. My niece was in Norwich several years ago, and her and Lillian shaved their heads together. Ashley was a survivor of acute lymphoblastic leukemia, T-cell type, and so it was the first time she had shaved her head with my daughter and myself, and so I want to keep the tradition going, and I'm honored to be a part of a group that is willing to take time to do something for the children to help raise acute lymphoblastic leukemia, T-cell type, and so it was the first time she had shaved her head with my daughter and myself, and so I want to keep the tradition going, and I'm honored to be a part of a group that is willing to take time to do something for the children to help raise money and the awareness of what St. Baldrick is and childhood cancer, and help those that can't always help themselves. So it's an honor to be with you folks, even though we're virtual. You know, our hope and prayer is that, you know, we get through this thing and there's a cure for this, and as a result of doing the St. Baldrick's, that maybe we can find a cure for childhood cancer. And so thank you to you all for everything that you've done, all the arrangements, all the videos, and raising the money, and informing people, and just bringing people together. And I think that's the most important thing is together we can fight a whole lot stronger. But never give up the fight. Never give up. So, sign language, I love you all, and thank you. So.
All right, well, welcome back to the St. Baldrick's live and virtual event. Who's ready to St. Baldrick's for 2021? All right, well, I see there's already been a lot of money raised, but there's plenty more out there to raise. Goals are just a setting. I would love to see the $30,000 goal exceeded by the end of the day. It's never too late to start giving. So please open up your, oddly enough this year, your PayPals, your Venmos, go out to the St. Baldrick events and hit donate. And, you know, let's make this a huge success so that year after year we can continue to help raise money to find a cure and find help with programs to deal with childhood cancer. So let's get started today. Thank you, everybody who has put in the time and effort to get this off the ground. Thank you for having me. You know, it must be really light out there for MCs that you chose me of all people, but hopefully I won't disappoint you today. We do have to thank a couple of people right off the get-go. NYCM, who is the hero sponsor of this event, has jumped on board and become a huge partner of the St. Baldrick's event here in Norwich. It's in its 17th year. So thank you very much, NYCM. Secondly, the St. Baldrick's event has come back home. This is where it all started 17 years ago. And for the first 2 years, it was held here in the pub. And the pub's been gracious enough to welcome St. Baldrick's back this year. And just want to say a huge shout out and thank you to the pub and their staff and everything they've done to make this a reality. So thank you. All right, so let's get on to what we're really here for, and it's not to listen to me talk. We have two virtual head shavers that got their head shaved this morning, and I believe that was at Teasers. We're going to start the day off with Abigail and Lisa Bennett. They both shaved their head this morning, and I'll wait till they pop on screen and got some questions for you. Hi.
Hi.
How are you? What made you shave your head for St. Baldrick's? Why'd you want to get involved in this? Because you thought it'd be cool to have no hair, right? So did you shave your heads in memory of somebody? Or to support somebody? What do your shirts say?
I shaved my head for kids with cancer.
Oh, that's great. Do you know how much money you raised?
Over 7,000. 700.
Wow, that's incredible. Thank you so
$794.
much. Wow. Do you have a before picture? Is that what I saw on that iPad? You ladies look great. Oh my God, that's a lot of hair. Is your head cold? No? Well, fortunately, the sun's out today. Make sure you have a nice hat to keep in your pocket. You can't see me right now, but I don't have a lot of hair either. And without a hat, my head would be cold most of the time. Well, Abigail and Lisa, I just want to say thank you so much for everything you've done in helping raise money to fight childhood cancer and being a big part of this. You look great. Keep up the good work. You're learning great lessons as young kids that you can carry into adulthood. Giving back's a wonderful thing. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. Welcome.
Bye-bye. Oh, I'm still on. All right. It looks like our next head shaver will also be virtual. And it looks like he's part of Team Bruce. Gonna be Dylan Ostrander. And Lily Hupfeisch. I might have screwed that up and I apologize. And Bruce Zimmer, and he's the team captain.
So I don't know.
So let's see if we can get them pulled up and get some shaving.
Hi.
Hey, there you are. Are you guys all
Hi.
ready to go?
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's armed back there. Ready
My
to
mom.
go.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
All right, so is this your first time shaving your head?
No.
No?
Where's the, oh, did you already do the volume?
Here.
Okay, whenever you're ready to begin.
What am I doing?
Oh, my.
She does strip. That's enough now. No.
No.
You wanna try?
Is that your sister shaving your head?
Yes, and I don't like it.
The head
There you
back.
go.
I don't
Ready?
like her shaving it. I
There you
want
go.
my mom
All
to.
right. She's got the hang of it.
Okay.
Wait,
No.
Dylan.
All right.
Dylan, don't do that.
I'm not ready. I'm not done.
You
Mom.
gotta go like this.
No.
Come on, I'll do it. Ready?
How long have you been shaving your head for?
Dylan,
Are you?
Go down.
this
Okay.
is the second year, right?
Uh-huh.
Second year? Great. She looks like she's having too much fun doing that.
Yeah, she is.
All right, let me finish now. Okay.
Good job, Autumn. Over here.
All right.
I
ready?
don't think it counts if you leave it like that. I think you got to get the rest off there.
All right.
There we go. Look at that. Mom's a pro.
Yeah. Watch him.
Whoa,
Dylan, do you know how much money you've raised?
464.
464.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And are you
Let's look
shaving
like
your
that.
head in memory or to honor anyone specific?
No, just for kids' cancer.
What are you doing this for?
Good.
Just for kids with cancer.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Bill, come on.
Boy, it's coming off quick now. What are you going to do with all that hair?
I don't know.
Give it to your grandfather.
Give it to my grandfather because he's bald.
Oh, is Grandpa already bald?
Yeah. We'll give it to my
Stop moving.
sister.
Stop moving.
Put it down.
Yeah,
Your
grandma.
sister
No, I
was
don't.
having a little too much fun shaving your head, Dylan.
I'm itchy.
You'll be fine in a minute. Wow.
There's
good job.
Lily.
Do you have a hat to wear the rest of the day?
No.
She's
No?
gonna be outside. Oh God.
All right, well, it's going to get a little colder tomorrow, so make sure you find one. We don't want you catching cold.
There.
Mom, switch to a different microphone or speaker.
Is she at someone's
That's
house?
enough, Mom.
Oh, they can hear
How
her.
do you
Oh
pick
my
them up?
goodness.
All right, folks out there in virtual land,
I
don't
think
forget,
she's
it's
in her
never too late to
backyard.
give.
No, she's
my
not.
goodness.
She might be at the house
Feel
right now.
free to give to a specific individual's campaign. Again, this is Dylan. He's raising money as part of Team
Yeah.
Bruce.
Hear us, I think, because our speaker things and off.
The more we raise, the more we can help folks.
Oh my goodness.
It doesn't work
It's really
without
nice.
participation. So
Stop.
All
And I
right,
know
so
why.
our speaker is off.
No,
How about
it's
yours
that's
off?
on.
Should have said
Thank
that.
you.
I mean, it's on, yeah.
Okay,
But everybody
looks like
else
we're getting
is
real
off.
close to
I have
being
kids
done there,
working
Dylan.
Not good enough, and then we'll clean it up after. Okay?
Okay.
You started with a lot of hair. Does that feel good?
Thumbs up, thumbs up.
I'll get short.
Thumbs up.
Dylan, come here for just a second. Okay, look, could you wait just a second?
That woman looks
All
familiar.
right. Well, it looks like Dylan is beat feet.
Dylan, they're
Oh
looking.
my God, that's a lot of hair.
Stop it.
Lily takes very
That's
good
awesome.
care of
Well,
it.
thank you so much.
We are not
Appreciate
Ramsey,
everything
come on.
you've done for St.
Care
Baldrick.
of everybody else.
I'll get them.
Enjoy the rest of
You
your
know how to make this
Thank you.
work, Matt?
Say bye.
Lily is here. That's Lily.
Bye.
Bye, Dylan. Thank you.
Are we signing off?
No. You gotta, let's, can you sit up here so I can clean it up?
And do you know how to take it off mute?
I want to see.
Ramsey.
This
Right
is
there.
us. No, they can hear us.
Yeah, just click on
But we
it.
can't hear
Saving it.
my audio, so is your volume down?
All right. That was Dylan, everybody. Let's have a big round of applause for Dylan. He lost a lot of hair there. And it looks like his sister was having a heck of a lot of fun shaving his head. I know mine would have when I was younger. All right. All right. So our next shavee will be Lily, also part of Team Bruce. And I've been told that Bruce is their bus driver, and they're helping him as part of his team. So let's get Lily up there. Hi.
Lily! Lily!
Turn it off.
Are you all ready for this?
We're ready. You ready?
All right.
Yeah.
Is this your first time?
Nope. Second year.
Second year. Oh, thanks so much for coming back. And do
I
you
have
know how
my
much
blue shirt
raise
in
this
my
year?
room.
Can I just let me see.
I don't know what's going on.
Do you know how much money you raised this year?
How much money did
I don't know.
577.
577.
Wow.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Are you ready?
Yes. Here, get one of these parents. All right.
All right. Here we
Here we
go.
So
Ready?
Lily hasn't cut her
Set.
hair since last year, so
Go.
it's quite long.
3, 2,
Look at all that.
1.
Not for
Yeah,
long.
Lily!
You can do that, Ramsey.
Reverse mohawk.
Watch, here it goes. Oh, no.
Oh, I hear somebody yelling reverse mohawk. What do you think of that, Will? Reverse mohawk?
I see the mullet.
It's all right. Mullets are back in. Lily, are you raising money for somebody specific today or just because you want to give back? All
You have
right.
to go and get them. I can hear them.
Looks like you're almost about halfway there. How's it feel?
Perfect.
Are you having fun yet?
Yeah.
Okay. We're getting there. Is your head getting cold yet? Yes, no, maybe so. All right, as the rest of Lily's hair comes off there, I want to remind our viewers on live studio that you can continue to give throughout the day. Feel free to support any one of our head shavers or a team today. We're looking to get to that $30,000 goal and then some. Oh my God, that's a lot of hair. Do you have to sweep after you're done, or is somebody else going to pick it up for you? My vote, somebody else picks it up since she was so brave to shave her head.
Over. Honey, just wait. We'll clean it up after. I know. I have a lot of hair. Don't move. Right. Tilt your head. Tilt. Not turn, just tilt. Right.
So for those of you listening and watching live online that can't necessarily see everybody here in the pub today, it's funny. The entire board for St. Baldrick's is all got their heads down staring at their phones. So even though they're here, they're still doing it virtually. And I hope that's because they're all looking at their phones to convince people to give more money. It's all about the Benjamins, folks. All about the Benjamins.
When I get a turn.
Huh?
Let me know when I get a turn.
You get it.
Do you want to turn?
Oh, somebody else wants to take a turn. I'm guessing that guy was in the service. He's just going after it. Oh, now I see. He's got the same haircut. It's almost all gone, Lily.
It feels so weird.
I bet it's a lot more comfortable.
It is.
But yes,
Yeah. And you know what? You could sleep a little later before you go off to school because you don't have to spend all that extra time washing your hair now. Almost. That's a great picture.
Where's my bed?
Give the camera a big wave.
Good, good, good.
Almost. Okay.
All right, there we go. Look at that. All right. Well, thank you very much, Lily. You look great. Thank you again for your support of St. Baldrick. Round of applause for Lily. All right. Look forward to seeing you again next year, Lily. Start growing that hair now. All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So that was Lily.
Big
Next
pile
up,
of hair.
we are going to have Bruce Zimmer, team captain of Team Bruce. So let's get Bruce up there. Hey, Bruce, how are you? How you doing, Bruce? Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. How about now? Can you hear me now, Bruce? All right, great. Well, Bruce, thank you so much for joining us today. You've got an awesome team. We've already gotten 2 heads shaved. Now it looks like we're going to get 1 more, right? All right. Perfect, Bruce. How many years have you been shaving your head for St. Baldrick's? Is this your first year? It's your 3rd year. Awesome. All right. Well, great. Bruce, if you're ready, we're ready. And it looks like you got a couple of really anxious people behind you that want to make sure that head of hair gets gone. 4 years. All right. Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Bruce. We appreciate your continued support. And let the shaving begin.
Bye, Grandma.
What's that? Yeah. You can tell Bruce is enjoying this. He's leaning into the razor. It's almost like you can't get it off fast enough for Bruce. Again, while they work away on Bruce's hair, which from the looks of it could take some time, want to remind everybody again that NYCM is our hero sponsor for this event. Without a good sponsorship and collaboration, none of these events happen. That's any charity event. So again, would like to thank NYCM for their continued support. And very good. And again, our home for the day, which is the pub in downtown Norwich. They are serving food these days as well. And I hear the food is excellent. So make sure you stop down and get something good to eat from the pub whenever you can. And again, thank you to them for allowing us to be here. my favorite part so far is Bruce hasn't stopped smiling since they started shaving his head here. See, it just, there he goes again. Look at that smile. So I got to apologize, Bruce. We can't really hear your audio. Every once in a while, I'll hear a sound or two. So hopefully I haven't offended you, but it's a little audio issue. But the sound's not important. What's important is what you're doing to help raise money to kick butt on childhood cancer at the St. Baldrick's event. So appreciate that. Oh, everybody's getting a turn. Had to bend down so she could reach. How's it feeling, Bruce? Little lighter? All right. So I'm getting a report that Bruce may also be shaving his beard today. Is that true, Bruce? Give me a thumbs up if that's the case as well. Yep, there it is. Bruce is definitely shaving off the beard. I think Bruce likes this because he's going to look about 25 years younger when he's all done today. Ladies, you're doing a wonderful job. That's a big job you got there. There we go, Bruce giving us a nice side view. He's got lots of help. Uh-oh, putting a rubber band in Bruce's beard. Gonna be a quick snip and then a shave, maybe, huh? Looking good there, Bruce. All right, well, while Bruce is getting his head shaved, how about we bring up Deb DeVinny, treasurer for St. Baldrick's, and we can find out why she got involved originally. Hi, Deb. Thank you so much for everything you do for St. Baldrick's. When did you get involved and why did you get involved?
This is my 14th year being involved, and I got involved.
Yeah, let's hear it for Deb. 14 years.
I got involved because Pete got involved. He started shaving a year before I got involved, and it's just such a great organization and does such great things. So how could you not be part of it?
So it's a family affair for you, huh, Deb?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. Have you ever shaved your head?
I have not. No.
Well, let me be the first to tell you, if you decide to do it next year, the first $100 is on me, Deb. I would love to see it.
Well, I'll think about it.
Pete's already setting up a campaign. You okay with that?
We'll have to see about that.
Deb, thank you so much for the time and effort you put in to help St. Baldrick's and to keep the finances straight. We thank Pete for getting you involved from the get-go, and appreciate it. I know it's a family affair for you guys, and you believe in this wholeheartedly. So thank you for everything you've done, and we'll continue to do in the future, I hope.
Absolutely.
All right, well, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day here. All right, you're welcome. All right, looks like less and less hair all the time on Bruce there. I think I see some ears. I do, look at that.
My ears are out too, fine.
Doing a little cleanup work here. That's Bruce shaving his own head at this point. Look at that. Well, if there's any barbers out there looking for a fill-in, man, looks like Bruce is pretty good at this. Uh-oh, and now they've started the beard. Oh, that looked like that hurt. There we go. Well, the hair's definitely starting to come off that beard now. While Bruce is working away with that, just want to remind everybody that St. Baldrick's of Norwich started back in 2005. At the time, it was one of only 50 events in the country. So they were on board with the first 50 events in the country. To put that in perspective, today, there are over 12,000 events. Great job. Way to get on board early. So, I'd like to say trends start in Norwich, and they reach the far reaches of our country. So thank you for starting that. 17 years ago. This is the 17th event. Like I said, at this point in time, St. Baldrick's nationwide has shaved over 500,000 heads. That's a lot of razors. I'm sure Norwich is very happy about that. And all the scissor companies out there. So not only is it good raising money for charity, but it's also good business. Bruce, you look like an entirely different human being at this point. It's amazing. And you still got the smile on your face, even all that pulling and tugging with the beard. It's great. Not only is this an event for a great cause, but it's also a fun event. Some people get to take some chances that they may not otherwise take. I can tell you, as somebody that has very little hair, the first time I shaved it off so that it didn't look like I have a massive receding hairline, it was very scary. I don't regret it one bit, but I can tell you that it could be a scary venture to decide to shave your head for the first time. Mine was by accident. That's what happens when you forget to put the blade back on a trimmer. Bruce is taking back over. Looks like we're in the home stretch. Just remember, Bruce, you shaved your hair and your beard tonight, so when you wake up in the morning, that guy staring back in the mirror at you is you. Wow. It's a total transformation.
You look so different. All right. Bruce is coming down to the home stretch here. It looks like he's putting the finishing touches on himself while the young ladies behind him still work on some spots that maybe he can't see. Looking good. So as Bruce finishes up here, just once again want to say thank you so much to Bruce and Team Bruce, which included Dylan Ostrander and Lily Hauptfleisch. So sorry, Lily. I probably destroyed your last name, but we appreciate everything you've done. Team Bruce, thank you so much for raising money. Let's give a big round of applause to Team Bruce and Bruce Zimmer. My mom said I was brand new.
I'd also like to make an announcement that at this point in time, Team Bruce raised $4,278.89. Way to go, Team Bruce!
All right. Well, thanks again to Team Bruce. We're going to move on to the next shaver at this point. Also, another virtual shaver. And if I'm reading this correctly, it is Jacob Fosco. And this is his 3rd year shaving. So let's see if we could get Jacob up there on the screen. Jacob, if you could just raise your hand so that we can pull you into the virtual.
You're looking better.
All right. At this point, we can't seem to find Jacob. Not sure if he's not logged on at this moment, but we'll try to come back to him in a minute. We're going to move right to Rob Couts. He's also a virtual shavee, and this is the 7th year that Rob's been involved in shaving his head for St. Baldrick's. So let's see if we can get Rob on the line.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, there we go. We got Rob. Rob, did I say your name correctly?
Yes, you did.
All right, well, I probably won't do it again, so don't hold that against me. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Is this your 7th year?
Yes, it is.
All right, so you're an old pro at this. How much money did you raise this year, Rob?
268.
Great. Thank you so much for your participation and contribution. Is there any specific reason why you do this, or other than just being a good guy?
Just for the kids.
For the kids. That's
Yeah.
right, man. That's the best reason out there, right?
Yes, it is.
So how long did you grow your hair before today?
Oh, it's probably been a couple months since I had a haircut.
Okay. So you've probably been dying for this day for a couple of weeks at least then, right?
Yeah.
Looking good. Boy, who's your hair cutter back there?
It's my wife.
It's your wife. She's good at this. She ain't wasted no time.
Yeah.
It's almost like she hates your hair, Rob.
Probably.
Rob, you're definitely going to be the record for fastest head shave to this point today. Oh, look at that. Grabs your head, turns it to the side. She knows what she's doing. Does your wife help you raise money?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. I got a suggestion. Why don't you have her raise her own next year and cut her hair?
Yeah, no.
Look at that, even cleaning up the ears. I see a little hand behind you. Who's that?
That's my youngest, Ethan.
Very cool. Well, hello there.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, look at that head of hair. That could raise a lot of money for the future. What do you think? You want to do this someday?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, looks like we got another future head shaver in the family there, folks.
Done?
All right, Rob, I don't see any hair left on that head. How's it feel?
Good. Those are good.
Awesome. Well, hey, it's going to be cold out tomorrow. Dig that hat back out of the closet. You might need it. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for everything you've done for St. Baldrick's over the years, and we look forward to your continued support. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's hear it for Rob. All right. So we're back live at the pub, and we've got one more virtual shaver before we get into a live shaving. So at this point, I would like to introduce Jeanette Moore. This is her third year shaving her head, and we will join her virtually as well.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, there you are, Jeanette.
Hi.
Hi,
I'm
Jeanette.
getting ready to shave my head.
All right. And do you know how much money you raised today, Jeanette?
I a little over 200, I think. I haven't looked again today.
Great. Congratulations. Thank you so much for your continued support year after year. Are you ready to get started?
Yes.
Okay. Where are you getting your head shaved?
We're in Chittenango right now. My friend Karen Walters, who's going to be on in a little bit, we're shaving each other's heads.
Ah, that's incredible. It's a real team effort and
Yeah.
good sports there. All right. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, we're ready. I think she's got her clippers.
All right.
Here we go.
Let's shave it off.
Yeah. You keep popping in and out, but
Yeah, that's the problem with the virtual background. Turn it off if you need to. You can talk if you want.
so I just wanted to say that the reason I decided to shave again this year was I lost an uncle to cancer just a little while ago, and I've lost 3 other family members to cancer. And
Well, Jeanette, we're real sorry for your loss. And, you know, if that's what motivates you to do that, we really, truly do appreciate it. It's a lot of loss in a family to one disease, and we're sorry to hear that.
yeah,
But with people like you continuing to do their part, someday, hopefully, we won't have to hear those stories, right?
right, exactly. That's why I keep telling people if they find a cure for childhood cancer, it's only another step further than finding a cure for all cancer. So I do it
Absolutely,
for the kids
Jeanette.
because I know what it's like to lose a family member. Sorry, you're fine.
I'm sure it's not easy. Well, that's coming off pretty easy, Jeanette.
Yeah, it usually does. Brand new clippers.
What?
Yeah, we got brand new clippers just for this.
Oh, brand new clippers just for this. All right. So we should be able to get we could probably pencil you in for a few more years, right? Because
Oh yeah.
New.
I used to only do it every now and again, but I'm gonna start doing it all the time now.
Great. Thank you.
My friend
so
Karen,
much
who will
for
be
your
on.
support.
My friend Karen, who will be on shortly, has been doing it every year for what? 8 years. 8 years.
Yep. She's got a couple of people, and then she'll be on as well.
Yep.
All right. For those of you while you're watching Jeanette get her head shaved, I want to remind you it's never too late to start giving. Find somebody St. Baldrick's giving site. Please. We can never raise too much money.
Never.
Looking to eclipse that $30,000 goal today, but that's just a goal. Goals are meant to be broken, right? So let's get beyond that $30,000. And Jeanette's doing her part, and you can do your part from home by hitting the donate button on any one of your favorite head shavies to donation page. Well, you're almost done already, Jeanette. How's that feel? Good?
It feels wonderful. I've been waiting for this all week.
Awesome. You got your hat ready for tomorrow, right? It's going to get cold again. I don't want you getting
I'm
sick.
going to make myself one tonight.
Ah, perfect.
I crochet, so I'll be all set.
Very nice. How we doing? I can see the tops and sides. They look done. How's that back coming?
Almost done. Did I get you?
No, I couldn't hear him. Sorry, when the clippers are in my ear, I can't hear.
I wholeheartedly understand.
It's almost done, I think. Feels good.
I say it looks good.
How's the back? How's the back coming?
Pretty good.
Here, I'll turn around.
Oh, it is all gone. Jeanette, great job. Thank you so much for your continued support of the St. Baldrick's event here in Norwich. We'll see you back in a little bit, right? Because now you get to shave a head.
Now
Is
I
that
get
the
to
way it
shave
goes?
her, yep.
All right.
Bye.
Well, we'll see you in a little bit.
Yep.
And thank you very much for everything you do for St. Baldrick's.
No worries.
Nope. Is this camera good? All right, we're back live, and we've got our first live shaver today. Honestly, I was talking to Jeanette, the last virtual shaver, and Zach was pushing his way up here. And he was knocking people down to get into this chair to get all this hair off the top of his head. So our next shaver and St. Baldrick's volunteer is Zach Wentworth. Are you ready, Zach? All right, here we go. Zach, who's that cut making the first cut?
This is my daughter, Riley.
Riley. Oh, that's a huge smile on her face, Zach. I think this is her way of getting back at you. What do you think? How many times have you shaved your head for St. Baldrick's?
I think this is my 8th year.
8 years. Let's hear it for Zach on 8 years. And is there any specific reason you shave your head for St. Baldrick's, or do you do it just to give back?
I do it just to give back. I don't have any particular reason why I started doing this, but I think it's a great cause, and I enjoy helping out and being a part of the team here.
Awesome. Glad to hear that. See, Zach's just a good guy, right? Nothing wrong with a few good guys in this world. Well, you're on the internet, which is worldwide. Anybody you want to say hi to, or anything you want to say?
I'll say hi to my folks, all my family back home, all my buddies out at the Bull Thistle Brewing in Sherburne that are going to see me later tonight. So we're looking to have a good time.
Nice. All right, well, enjoy the rest of your Saturday there, Zach. It sounds like you got a nice one planned. I think you should leave it the way it is. Yeah, it's a good look. For those of you that can't see, let's see if I can get this camera over here just a little bit. No, it looks like I'm out of line. But it's basically like she put a bowl around Zach's head and cut around it at this point. Yeah, definitely Tupperware. So again, while Zach's getting shaved, I'd like to thank our hero sponsor, NYCM. Again, without sponsors like that and people helping out with these events and helping advertise and getting the word out there and getting their entire companies on board with things like this, it really makes a tremendous difference, especially in our smaller communities. And I can tell you, NYCM's always been a community partner. So thank you to them again for everything they've done to help with this St. Baldrick's event. Zach's got just a little bit left. Yeah, he's down to just bangs, which I don't want to say anything, but the faster the hair comes off, the less of it you generally have and the thinner it is. Does that worry you at all, Zach?
I'm okay. It usually grows back pretty fast, but
okay. No fears of this never growing back.
Not yet. After 8 years, it grows back. I guess the first time it doesn't, I'm going to be scared. So
I told you mine was accidental, right? Yeah. It never grows back eventually, Zach. So again, if you want to donate, it's not too late to donate. Please find somebody's donation page. If you have a favorite shavee that you want to support, we'll be taking money all day, folks. We're happy to take it. Again, you can't raise too much money when it comes to fighting cancer, whether it's childhood cancer, adult cancer, it doesn't matter. Cancer's cancer. You just can't do enough. This fight will never end. You know, I know the focus today is childhood cancer, but I'm sure we've all been affected one way or another. And every dollar raised here goes back into that fight, not only for a cure, but also to make life better for children that have this horrible disease. So thank you for your continued support. And it looks like we're in the home stretch for Zach. We don't want to leave any long hairs. He already said he's going out tonight. Yeah, got to make him pretty. So how's it feel, Zach? Do you feel a little lighter?
I do. The haircut's not going to make me any prettier, though.
Well, we knew that. I was just trying to be nice because you're being a good guy. All right. So after Zach gets, we're going to finish up here with Zach, and then we're going to take just a short break. Thank you, Zach. Let's hear it for Zach, our first live shaver today. All right, we'll be back in just a moment, folks. He's the first kid I remember getting involved in shaving their head for St. Baldrick's. And I don't know if he was officially the first one to do it, but I remember the first time he was going around trying to get money and get people to donate. He's been doing it a long time. How long you been doing this, Tyler?
12 years.
12 years. And how old are you? 13?
17.
Oh, 17. All right. So the vast majority of Tyler's life, he's been participating in St. Baldrick's. And is there any special reason you got involved to start with?
It's fun. Not really much of a reason. Just it was fun. Good cause.
Good. Yeah. So I can tell you that his parents have raised him correctly and got him given back to his community and people right off the get-go. And he even considers it fun, which is great. And he's getting ready to get started here. Boy, that comes off easy too. Those must be good shears. Because your hair is thick. How's it feel coming off?
Good. I've been waiting for a haircut.
How long have you been waiting, Tyler?
2.5 months.
2.5 months. Very
About,
nice.
yeah.
What's the longest you let your hair grow before you got it shaved?
5 months? About 5 months.
That's only 2.5 months. I can't imagine what 5 months looked like.
It was wild.
Did you not to pick on you, but did you look like a clown?
A little bit.
Yeah, because it had to be thick and out there. Nice job. Well, Tyler, we continue to thank you for your participation year after year after year. What grade are you in school?
Senior.
Senior. And do you have any plans after high school?
Going to college for finance.
All right. And do you know where you're going yet?
Not entirely, no.
Okay. Do you plan on starting a St. Baldrick's event at your school?
I wasn't planning to. I was going to plan to come back here and then maybe later.
Okay. So you're going to continue to participate one way or another once you graduate high school and go off to college. Great. I don't know. I think we should start leaving some of these. I mean, I don't know what we would call this, but I'm sure. Yeah, almost looks like a snowmobile right there. Oh, there goes your snowmobile. Tyler, how much money did you raise this year?
8,300 something.
Did you hear that? Tyler just said Team Tyler raised $8,300 and something dollars. You know the most important part of that? The something. Congratulations. Great job, Team Tyler. Thank you so much for raising so much money year over year over year. Do you know how much you've raised since you started doing this? 20. How much? $70,000. Let's hear it for Tyler. $70,000 raised in the last 12 years. That is impressive. Nice job. Can't thank you enough, Tyler, for all you've done to raise money in the fight against childhood cancer and cancer in general. Again, we can't have a day like this. We can't have people like Tyler out there raising $70,000 without the support of our community members. And our hero sponsor for today is NYCM Insurance. Again, a wonderful community member, giving back to their community, allowing people like Tyler to get involved in something at such a young age, and they just keep on giving and giving and giving. It's wonderful. Appreciate it. Also, our home today, where it all started back in 2005, the pub. Again, this doesn't happen without a place to have it. And they were nice enough to open up the doors and allow us to take over the bar for the afternoon so that this could happen and we could still put on an event this year that people could get involved with. So again, thank you to the pub and their staff for hosting us today. Couldn't ask for a better venue. And don't forget to check out their new menu. All right, that's it, Tyler. How's it feel today?
Great.
Great. Congratulations. Thank you. Let's hear it for Tyler. Great job, Tyler. Thank you so much for all you've done. All right. Next, we've got another virtual shave. We heard about this person just a little bit ago as they were involved in shaving one of their friends' head. It's a real partnership they got going on with the St. Baldrick's event. And so next up virtually, we have Karen Walters. So Karen, are you all set and ready to go there?
All set and ready to go.
All right. So Karen's ready. She got to shave her friend Jeanette's head just a little bit ago. And now it's Jeanette's turn. So whenever you're ready, commence the shaving.
He said something like,
She said, "Come on, she was already."
Karen, so what made you and Jeanette decide to get together and start doing this as a team? Is this the first time you've done it as a team?
So this is my 8th year shaving, and I've done it every year since the year after I got divorced.
Okay.
We've done it as a team.
And so then, because I was doing it, I keep pulling different people in from time to time. So this is Jeanette's 3rd time shaving with me, just because. She did it one time because it was fun, and then she did it for her 50th birthday 2 years ago, and then again this year.
That's great. Appreciate you getting her involved and you guys teaming up to do this together. It helps make a event a little more exciting.
What are you?
Something about making it more exciting.
Coming off pretty good. How's it feel?
How's it feel?
How's it feel?
Well, it's getting there, but still too long.
Okay.
Too much of it.
How long have you been growing it before today?
How long have you grown it before today?
I only got it cut once since last year.
Really?
Somewhere in the summer, I got it cut once.
Okay. Well, that's got to feel great. Are you also going to make a hat for yourself tonight, or have Jeanette make you one?
She asked
Are
if you had a hat.
have a hat?
I
or
have
are you
hats
making
and scarves, and oh yes, I love to be fancy
Awesome.
about it.
Great. Do you know how much money you raised by any chance?
Yeah, $1,350 so far.
Wow. Let's have a big round of applause. $1,300. That's great.
So funny story though, when I went to get a pair of clippers and a cape, we wanted to have the barber's cape, and the lady at the beauty place said, when we said we were doing our heads for St. Baldrick, she said, "Oh, in Norwich?" And I'm in Syracuse
really?
shopping. And I said, "Yeah, how did you know that?" She said, "Well, I grew up
that's awesome. See?
Yeah. So I told her to go to the website and donate.
And hopefully she did, and I'm sure she did. It's a small world out there.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Looks like you're almost done there, Karen.
We've got some stragglers here that
Yeah, you did too.
Look at that. Jeanette's taking care to make sure it looks good when she's done. Takes a lot of trust to let a friend shave your head.
Takes a lot of us to let a friend shave your head.
As much as it takes to love a stranger.
All right. Is it all gone?
Pretty much. It's got a few touch-ups to go.
Okay, well, Karen, thank you so much. You and Jeanette have been a wonderful team. Appreciate the nice story about when you went to buy the clippers and the the barber's cape. Appreciate it. Thank you for all you do. We look forward to seeing you again next year and hopefully in person.
All right, that would be great.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let's hear it for Karen, everybody. Awesome. All right. Well, we're back here live from the St. Baldrick's headquarters at the pub. We've got a few more shavers to go. At this point, we have one more virtual on our docket, and that's going to be Drew Tuleski. Let's hear it for Drew. Drew, you there?
Yeah,
All right. Who's behind you? Who's going to shave your head?
my dad.
Oh, your dad. He's got some experience at that. Look at his.
What's up, DJ Jazzy Brian?
Hey. All right, Drew.
Good job so far.
Why'd you decide to do this?
I decided to do this because there's not very many kids that have it as good as me, and lots of kids are dying from cancer. Now I want to do as much as I can to help them.
Drew, that's a very adult statement. That's I'm really happy to hear you say that. Congratulations. Can you tell everybody how much money you raised, Drew?
I've raised $3,512.
So Drew Tuleski raised $3,512. Let's hear it for Drew.
Oh, Drew. Woo-hoo.
All right, Drew, thank you so much. Now, I know you come from a wrestling family and a wrestling background. It's got to be killing you to have all that hair on top of your head.
Yeah.
What do you say we let Dad have some fun?
Yeah.
All right, here we
All
go.
right. Whenever you're ready, Dad. There goes some. All right, now stop, Dad. Just kidding.
I will, Brian.
I know you would. How's it feel, Drew? Does it feel good coming off finally?
Yeah.
How long have you been growing your hair, Drew, at this point?
I've been growing it out for about 3 months now.
Awesome. It looks like maybe Dad shaved a head or two. He looks like he knows what he's doing. And there's no fear
awkward
in your
angle
face.
here, but I'm going to manage.
Too. Is this your first year, Drew?
Yeah.
It is. So your
Yes.
first time out, you raised over $3,000.
Yeah.
Very impressive. Very impressive. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're going to do it again next year?
Yeah.
All right. That's what we want to hear. Do you think you could talk your mom into doing it?
Not a chance, Brian.
No.
I'm sure she would raise a lot of money.
We're trying to get Abigail, but no way.
Well, maybe after she sees how much fun Drew's having doing it.
I don't know. We're going to need your help with that, Brian.
You know, hopefully, Drew, next year you'll be doing this live in person with a bunch of people cheering you on all at the same time. We're so proud of what you've done in your first year. I'm sure next year you'll go even bigger and better than this year.
Yeah.
Looks like we're getting down to the end there, Drew. See that? You can sleep in a little longer now every morning. You don't have to get up and do anything with your hair.
Yeah.
I think we're pretty much all set there, Drew, man.
All right, what do you think there, Matt? We got a finished product?
We'll got a little stragglers here, but I think we're good for the most part.
All right, well, hey, Drew,
Who
thank
looks
you
better?
so much again. What's that?
Who looks
You
better?
look the same. You
Come
look the
on, I
same,
look
except
better,
he's much
right?
younger. No, I'm going to go with Drew.
Oh, jeez.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Drew, let's hear it again for Drew Tuleski. Over $3,000 raised in his first year. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back live with a live shaver. And it's the man, the myth, the legend. It's probably the guy that holds all this together and organizes a lot of this with the help from the people involved. Hey, did you start there? Are you the co-founder? No. What year did you get involved first?
So the event was organized originally. It was actually brought to Norwich by Steve Cady from Norwich Fire Department. Steve saw the event while bagpiping down towards New York City and brought it up to Norwich in 2005. Originally sponsored and supported by the Norwich firefighters, and then Tracy Chago was running it for several years, and then I took it over from Tracy and been doing it for the last 7 years.
Great. Thank you so much, Jay. Again, he's kept this going. Appreciate everything you're doing, and they're not even waiting. They're just getting that hair off. I assume this is going to be your last year helping with this event in Norwich?
Be my last year as the event organizer, but I will probably come back. Tyler and I need to shave somewhere together, so this would be the most logical place.
Great. We hope you do come back year after year, continue to raise money for this wonderful cause, and to continue to be a part of your hometown community. We know you will. You've given so much of your time over the years to worthwhile events, to the community itself, to your profession. So we thank you. This is just one other way you're giving back. Do you know how much money you've raised this year?
So Tyler and I raised money together as Team Tyler, and we are over $8,300.
Awesome. So Team Tyler continues to grow. Let's hear it for Team Tyler. Would you like to say hi to anybody?
I don't know who's watching.
The world. Hey,
The world.
is a
Hello,
worldwide
world. I don't know if she's watching.
Just
So,
in case.
Just in case. Hello, Melanie. In case she's watching. So this morning, I actually have a story quick. So Tyler and I generally raise about $5,000 to $6,000 per year. As you know, last Monday, I actually started a new job, went into the private sector, and starting working now for a great company called Rapid Deploy. We were doing some introductions at the company onboarding the first day, and the CEO was there. And explaining about St. Baldrick's and everything else. And on my first day of work, the CEO of Rapid Deploy donated $2,000 towards Team Tyler for our event.
Wow, that's awesome. Let's hear it for Rapid Deploy. See, there is a silver lining to leaving the Norwich and getting a different job. So we appreciate that. That's a great story, and it's always nice to see new partners getting on board and opening up their hearts and wallets to events like this. So I don't pick on anybody's hairline, but I'm going to say your head shaved very quickly, and there's a reason for that. Yeah, see, tell Zach that it eventually
Correct.
doesn't
It
grow
will.
back,
That's
right?
correct.
Yeah.
Or in spots.
You got to be careful.
Don't tell them that. It'll stop persisting. So on top of that, this morning so with that very nice donation, we were just over $7,000. And the biggest year we had, we raised $7,300. So I put a plea out on Facebook and other social media for donations, and we raised $1,400 in the last 5 hours.
Wow. That's incredible. Thank you, everybody that opened up their wallets this morning. Let's hear it. Does anybody know how close we are to the $30,000 goal at this point? We are over. All right. What are we at? Mrs. Treasurer, do you have a number? We are currently at $34,658.57, exceeding the goal by over $4,000 at this point. Way to go. And it's never too late to keep on giving. Let's see what we can get that up to by the end of the day. In A, it looks like you're all done. How's it feel? All right. Let's hear it for A. Jones. All right. We're headed back out to the world of virtual reality here. And our next shaving contestant is a Mr. Ewan Kelly. Is Ewan out there? Okay, I do not see an Ewan. All right, so we'll move on at this point to another live contestant in today's event. We have Miss Jess Sheldon. Come on up, Jess. Hi, Jess.
Hi, Ryan.
Good. How are you?
Great. Excited.
That's awesome. How long have you been growing your hair out for this, Jess?
Oh, Lord. Years? I don't, at 5 or 6, I guess.
5 or 6 years worth of hair, all going bye-bye. How's that make you feel?
I'm excited.
You're excited. Is this your first time ever shaving your head?
This is my first time ever shaving my head. I brought some hair ties.
You're not going to need hair ties, Jess. You understand that you can't put hair ties when you don't have any hair.
I need them right now to bind it into a couple of different sections so that we can donate it. I'm actually donating my hair to children with hair loss.
Oh, that's awesome. So you're taking an extra step.
And donating what I've got. So
Awesome.
not just money, but some hair as well.
That's great. Let's hear it for Jess.
My baggie. That's fine.
Do you know how much you happen to raise today, Jess?
Somewhere around $3,500.
Wow.
So I'm not exactly sure.
All right, let's hear it for Jess. $3,500.
What the total is, but yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for everything you've done, Jess, at this point.
Jess and Drew have been going back and forth today over who's the leader. Jess has been the leader for several weeks, but Drew caught up today. but right now they are within $43 of each other. Jess has $3,555.20.
Nice. Congratulations, Jess. So I don't know if you caught that or not, Team Drew, but only $40 away from catching Jess at this point. And Team Jess, you don't want her to get caught. So keep donating. Don't be afraid. Once they shave doesn't mean you have to stop. So it looks like Jess is in like a whole beauty salon type situation here. She's getting the whole braid thing going. I assume you do this so that you can save the hair. Is that okay? And do you cut it right at the? Okay. Nice. So anybody out there that wants to take care of two charitable options at a time, if you have very long hair, not only can you raise money for a great event like St. Baldrick's, but you can also donate your hair for people who don't have hair or have lost their hair.
It's called Children with Hair Loss, and so they actually make wigs specifically for children that have lost their hair. So
great. Let's hear it for Jess. All right, so this one requires a little more prep than other ones have, but we don't mind waiting because the outcome is very, very positive here. Awesome. Here we go. Jess, are you ready? No turning back now. Actually, it'd be great if you quit after one side. It's a little more finesse in this. She's trying to take off looks like about 12 or 13 inches of hair. There it is. Look at that. And that'll be donated to make wigs for kids that are suffering from hair loss for one reason or another. I assume a lot of those are due to radiation and chemo and things of that nature. So Jess is doing something great here on both ends. Jess, what made you decide to want to do this today?
Within the last couple of years, actually, my father had cancer. He's good now, and then a bandmate of mine also had cancer, who's also in the clear now. But my friends and family that have coped with cancer, we're all adults, and I could only imagine what it was like for a child and or their family, to have to cope with it, to have to deal with daily life. So it's something that I've wanted to do for years, and this was the year. So
awesome. Well, thank you for getting on board, Jess. There's a lot of different stories out there of why people got involved or how they got involved. I can tell you in the end, all that matters is you do get involved. So thank you. Whatever it takes to motivate you to get involved. We look forward for years to come for people to continue to get on board. And continue to make this such a huge success. It's got to feel extremely odd. Does it feel radically different? So what are you going to do with all that spare time you have now that you're not, yeah, you could sleep later. Okay. How about the money you'll save on all those hair care products? Just start putting it away to donate next year. How's that? It's almost all gone, Jess. It's very rockish. Oh, now it's gone. While they're finishing up shaving Jeff's head or Jess's head, once again, I'd like to thank NYCM Insurance, our hometown hero sponsor today. Appreciate that. Let's hear it for NYCM Insurance. Also like to thank the pub for welcoming St. Baldrick's back to where it started here in Norwich. Let's hear it for the pub. Did you bring a hat with you, Jess?
Two.
All right. Yeah. See, finally, somebody. You got to have the hat. And it's not to hide it, Jess, because it looks great. It's self-preservation. Exactly. There you go. That's good advice.
Yes, yeah. Yep. Oh my God. Wait, do that again.
We're in the home stretch here. Just trying to capture some of them stragglers. All right. All right, let's hear it for Jess Sheldon. All right. Thank you, Jess Sheldon. All right, up next, we got another live shavee. This guy happens to be a neighbor of mine. So I'm going to get to pick on him for quite a while as I see him walking his dogs down the street. Finally, he gets a cool haircut. Next up will be Joe Phelps. All right, here he is, Joe Phelps. Oh, there he goes again. He couldn't find his mask. It was on his face. Wonderful. Let's go. Joe Phelps, how are you today, sir?
Awesome. How are you?
I am doing well. What made you decide to do this today?
That cute blonde standing there with a phone in her hand is one reason, but the main reason is for the kids.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Best reason ever, right?
I've been through a lot of, hospital hallways and in my job that I used to do. And it just tears my heart out. So the kids need this more than anybody. So it's for the kids.
Great. Thank you, Joe, for your participation. That comes from somebody that's seen it firsthand, folks. There's no such thing as too much when it comes to this. The more you can give, the more that we can help. So thank you. Joe, is this your first year doing it?
No, this is my third or fourth year, I think. I don't know. A could probably tell you better than I could. I skipped a year or two in there, but I want to do it. I love doing it. I wished I could grow my hair longer, but it doesn't seem to want to get to a certain point and stop. But it's definitely a great cause. Just like the American Heart, it's an excellent cause, and the kids are more important than the adults right now as far as the cancer is concerned. But we have cancer in our family. Deb battled it. And, like I said, I see these kids. I love kids as it is. And to see them suffer like that, it just kills me. So do it. I'm going to try to do it every year. I just got to remember to start growing the hair earlier. That's all. I'll end up looking like Chago before long.
Nice. Nice. Well, I'm sure he appreciates the shout out. Well, thank you, Joe, again for participating and being a multi-year participator. You're also part of Team Tyler, right? Yeah. So you're part of that big $8,000 number that they put up today, right? Yeah. Awesome. Congratulations. Thanks for your continued support, and look forward to seeing you again next year. When's he getting done? No? Oh, all right. Shoot. Are you the only shaver? Wow. Yeah, really. Too bad we can't do it. Yeah, really. Maybe next year.
Feels good. Huh? You're dapper. I'll tell you. What?
All right. We're at the finish line here for Joe. That it did not take long. Thank God. That part's all skin. You don't really have to shave that. You understand he doesn't grow hair back here, right?
Yeah, really.
All right. Joe's all done. Let's hear it for Joe Phelps and Team Tyler.
Thank you, dear. You're welcome.
All right. Our next contestant, we heard a little bit about earlier. Hey, did you want to talk?
So we have a little update on our fundraising. So we only need just under $200 to top $35,000.
Wow.
So you can donate to the event. You can donate to any individual person, but we're looking for some people to get online right now, stbaldricks.org/events/Norwich, and donate some cash, and we can top $35,000 and make this our second biggest year ever, despite everything else going on in the world.
Wow, despite everything else going on in the world, we got a chance right now to make this the second biggest St. Baldrick's in Norwich history. Look, it's not going to take much, folks. That's $200 is all we need right now to get over that $35,000 mark. $200. That's 20 people at $10. That's about all the math I know. No, it's 2 people at $100. It's 4 people at $50. All right? It's 200 people at $1. It doesn't matter how we get there. Let's get to 35,000. Come on, Norwich, you can do this. And to prove you could do it, next up we have Peter DeVinny, who is in his 15th year of shaving his head, and more importantly, got his wife involved in St. Baldrick's. And I will mention that I'm here probably because of Pete as well. I run another charity event where I get to MC it every couple of years. And after I did that, Pete came up to me and said, "Hey, I got a cool event that I'm very involved in, and I was wondering if you'd help us out." How could you say no to an ugly face like this? Right? No, it was an easy decision. I know how much that Pete and his family care about this event and all the people behind it. I didn't even have to think about it. As soon as he asked me, I said yes. Unfortunately, that was put on the back burner last year, but this year we got to do it. And I thank you for the opportunity, Pete. Thank you. What do you say? Let's get the hair off that head.
Do it.
All right. Pete, why did you start with St. Baldrick's?
Children's charities. I'm a softie for children's charities. Any children's charities.
Great. No better reason. We've heard it all day long, folks. People get involved in this event for the kids. I can't think of a better reason for anything. This one, a little harsher than some, right, Pete? So every dollar helps. Have you seen any of the impacts that St. Baldrick's has had, because of the money raised?
We have a local family who's grandson was diagnosed with cancer a couple of years ago, and he was treated in Albany, which is a hospital that does benefit from St. Baldrick's. If you have a child that has children's cancer, they will be treated in a hospital locally that has benefit from St. Baldrick's. Galisano's receives money. Like I said, Albany does. I think one in Rochester does as well. So donating to this organization impacts us locally as well as globally.
Great, Pete. Thanks for sharing that with us. It must feel pretty good to be part of an organization and kind of be on, you've been on board from the get-go for the most part, when there was 50 of these nationwide. How does it make you feel to hear that there's now over 12,000 of these events nationwide?
I think it's fantastic. There's strength in numbers. The more we can do, the more money can be raised, and the more research can be done.
You hit the nail on the head there, Pete. Thank you. All right. So Pete's got the same problem up front that a lot of us men have. The hair comes off real easy, where there is hair to take off. So we're moving right along here on Pete, and before we know it, he's not going to have anything left. All right, folks, we're keeping an eye on that donation meter. We're looking for that final $200 to get us over the $35,000 mark. I would like nothing more than announce that by the end of today's event. Pete, do you keep the beard?
Yes.
Yeah. What would Eric say? Not to. So Pete's daughter is very concerned right now that he's going to shave off his beard. He has confirmed he will not be shaving the beard. I repeat, he will not be shaving the beard. Oh, look at that. So extra added incentive. Pete did say he raised $500 one year by shaving it off. I think that's probably a goal for next year. Although his wife seems to be protesting that pretty significantly. I think in exchange of him not shaving his beard off, she should cut her hair. But that's just me. I don't want to start any trouble, folks. All right. What do you got? All right, ladies and gentlemen, Pete Deviney. Way to go, Pete. Thank you. Okay. Whoa. I'm going to tell you that if you step on hair, it's a little slippery. So we're going to jump back to one of our virtual shavers. Ewan Kelly is joining us online now to shave their head. We'll get them pulled up here. All right. How you feeling, Ewan?
Pretty good.
All
Nice
right,
day.
a nice sunny day outside. Is that your wife behind you that's about to shave your head?
Yep, my wife and my daughter.
Okay, was it her idea not to make a mess in the house, or was that yours?
That was hers.
My idea.
All right, yeah, because this man, we wouldn't care, right? All right, well, let's get at it.
Alrighty.
Looks like you got the whole family there. Who's joining you there, Ewan?
That's my son, Will, and this is Amelia, my daughter. And my wife's name is
Will.
Jennifer.
Are you guys real proud of Dad?
Will is getting a haircut after this one too, so he's looking like an overgrown Q-tip.
Is this your first year, or how long have you been participating in St. Baldrick's?
I don't remember exactly, but a lot.
A lot.
Eight or-
Great. Well, we thank you for your.
What happened?
Do you know how much you raised today?
I think like $700 or something, somewhere around there.
Wow, great. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Much appreciated.
Appreciate you guys hosting this
Your
and
wife's
setting it
got a
up.
huge smile on her face. She must be so happy that hair is coming off the way she's smiling.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
it's a little bit like a mullet, you know, and able
How
to,
long have you been growing it?
Since summer, I think.
yeah.
Since summer. All
Yeah.
right.
He has
So
beautiful
you've
hair
probably
though.
been hoping for this day for a long time at this point, right?
Oh yeah.
We wish it could be a little warmer out though, because when he does shave his head, he gets really cold.
Oh, well, do you got a good hat?
Oh yeah. I got a lot of them. It'll be all right.
There you go. That's the key to lack of hair is a good hat. Wow, that is long. Look at that come off there. What made you decide to start doing this in the first place?
Well, my college roommate and his wife, they had a niece who actually had childhood cancer. She was a sweet little girl, and unfortunately, she did not survive. And I don't know, I just kind of became aware of it. This was back when the fire department was very involved in this. So I just started doing it.
Great. Yeah. Sometimes the motivations, the sad stories. Sorry for your friend and the child that lost their battle. But thank you for taking that and using it as a reason to get involved and keep giving back. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. It's not a hardship on my part, that's for sure. You're gonna have Amelia do that at all?
Yeah, Amelia, do you
That is some thick hair. Are you concerned that will not grow back?
Oh yeah.
Here.
My grandfather, my paternal grandfather was like Friar Tuck. So at one point, sometime down the line, it's gonna happen. I just know it.
Oh,
He's been bracing for that inevitability.
yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to be perfect.
Looks like you even got the family pet getting involved there.
Yeah, that's Wolfie.
So you just go down the middle.
Yeah.
Bet you wouldn't see the dog for a long time if you went after it with the shears.
There you go.
Oh, look, there you go, getting those bangs out of there.
See a lot.
Is this something you foresee yourself continuing to do year after year?
Oh yeah.
Right. And what if your kids wanted to get involved at some point in time? What advice would you give them?
Well, we've been trying to convince my son to do it. Asked my daughter too, but neither one of them was interested so far.
Yeah.
But I think your wife said your son's getting a haircut after this anyways, right?
Yeah, but
You might have to tie him down.
yeah, it's probably not something we want the general public to witness.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like he's having a good time right now.
Yeah.
Just get him when he's not looking, right?
Yeah. This won't hurt a bit.
Look at that. When she started on the front, that really came off.
thinner.
How's it feel?
Feels pretty good, actually. The sun's pretty nice.
Yeah, sun's out today. A little cooler, but sun's nice and out.
Yeah. I think we're almost done here.
All right.
Looks like she's in the home stretch. She's really got that smile going. She's picked up her pace a little bit too. All right. Well, Ewan, thank you so much for continuing to contribute year after year and for staying on board with St. Baldrick's. I don't know if you heard or not, but we're a couple $100 away from raising $35,000. This will be the second most money raised at a Norwich St. Baldrick event in history, in what I would deem probably one of the toughest years to try to raise money. And you've been a big part of that, so I thank you very much. And you and your family have a wonderful rest of your weekend.
Thank you. You guys too. Thanks for putting this on.
All right, you got it. Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye.
All right, let's hear for Ewan Kelly. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, we have completed all our scheduled shavings. We appreciate everybody that joined us online, everybody that was here in person. Once again, we're going to have some announcements, but I have to, as my job, do a couple of things. And first and foremost, I need to thank NYCM Insurance one more time as the hero sponsor. I also need to thank the pub for letting St. Baldrick's really come home and put this event on in a time that it would have been easy to say, no, can't do it here. They went and allowed it to happen and made what I feel is a very successful event. Hopefully you guys enjoyed yourself. Appreciate the staff of the pub in downtown Norwich and everything they've done. Now, without further ado, I'm going to hand it back over to the man, the myth, the legend, A. Wesley Jones.
All right, just a couple things, and we are going to have a final total for you, or a temporary final total, because we know there's actually still money coming in, and you can actually donate after the event. The event stays open for at least a couple months, so you are not obligated to have donations in today. Our final event total will be online in the next couple months. Takes a few weeks for them to send the money. So one thing that we want to do is recognize our League of Heroes. Usually at our event, we bring them up and give them a certificate. This year, they got pins with their shirts that they picked up. But we recognize people at the 3-year mark, that's Squires of Hope. And then at 7 years, they join the Knights of the Bald Table. At 10 years, they become Knight Commanders. And then at 15 years, where'd Pete go? What's the title now, sir? Crusader. So let me run through the list really quick. Ashley Gardner, Jacob Fosco, and Jeanette Moore, 3 years, Squires of Hope. Thank you very much. These are for both volunteers and shavies, or combination thereof. So our next one is 7 years, which is they join the prestigious Knights of the Bald Table. Jamie Mertz Birchall, Julie Wentworth, and Rob Couts. So at 10 years, we get Knight Commanders. This year, reaching Knight Commander status is Allie Colantuno and Christopher Barrows. And again, just the second person to reach Commander status, Pete Davidi at 15 years. So again, we want to thank everybody who participated either by donating, participating virtually. He's not on camera, but I would like to thank gentleman Matt Jenny, who produced all this, made it happen. I asked Matt to do this, and I don't think he knew what he was getting into, but I knew that he could pull it together, and we wanted to make this as professional looking as possible. And no doubt that happened today. So thank you, Matt. You did an excellent job. We appreciate it very much. And our final two virtual shavies showed up online. So you're back up. Sorry, you're back on the job. Hold on, before we leave, we will have a draft final totals, and it will be a good number. So hang around.
Okay. All right. So stick around. We've got two more virtual shavies online, and they are.
I only want
Hello?
you on there. I don't want me on
Looks
there.
like Patricia and Pamela. Did I get that correct? Patricia and Pamela are going to be shaving their head, and they're from Team Women Fighting Cancer, and Pamela's the captain of the team. So are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, I am.
Yes. All right. On your mark, get set, shave.
Oh, is this right? You want this short, huh? All the way all the way. Oh,
Oh, that's coming off nice.
so I'll tell you a little bit about me. I did it first in 2015. My daughter had really long hair, and she's like, "Come on, Mom, I'm going to do a team. You can join me." So I went ahead and I said, "Okay, I'll do it." And then the time came this year, and I'm like, "Okay, I'll do it." And my mom said yes. And now my aunt wants to shave her hair too. So.
All right. Give me just a second. We're having a little audio difficulty. Can you hear me now?
Okay, with all the friends. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that hair is coming off nicely. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up because I cannot hear you.
You can give thumbs up.
Ah, perfect. All right. Well, good. It looks like you're having fun. You're both smiling. That's what's important.
Yeah.
And you know, I heard you there. There we go. Now we got some audio. Perfect. How is this your first time shaving your head?
No, this is my second. I did it the first time in 2015. Can you hear me?
Great. Yep. And now 6 years later, you're coming back and doing it again.
Yep.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for participating again. Why'd you disappear for so long? You're not going to wait 6 years before you do it again, are you?
No, every year.
Ah, great to hear that. That's what we love is people that want to keep coming back and doing this again and again and keep helping us raise money to go to fighting childhood cancer. How's it feel? Does it feel pretty good to have that hair off your head?
Oh, much. It's been over 2 months since I've cut my hair, and I usually keep it short. So it's like really long and been driving me nuts. I'm like, you can do it.
Nice. Do you know how much money you raised this year?
A little over, for the team, a little over 200, but we still got some donations coming in.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. I don't know if you heard, but we're real close to breaking the $35,000 mark of money raised. And when you're done, we're going to announce what the current total is. And I'm hoping that we get some good news. The goal today was $30,000. So thus far, we've exceeded that by quite a bit. And you're a big part of that. So thank you for helping out.
Thank you for doing this. It's very important. Like the other lady said, if we could start finding cures for children cancer, maybe someday we can do adult.
That's awesome. It takes everybody, right?
Yeah.
You got good shears there. They worked quick. You had a lot of hair on your head.
I did.
Yeah, not anymore.
Good boy now. How's that?
All right. Let's have a big round of applause.
All right, go lay down. I'll clean it up later for you too. Okay, I'm gonna switch spots and my mom can take the chair.
All right. Here we go. And here's mom of Team Women Fighting Cancer. Are we you going to start with scissors? Oh, you're not wasting any time. You go right ahead.
Yeah, I would do the ponytail. Just chop that right off.
Chop from here, you mean?
I don't care. Well, get rid of it. I love this hair.
That's
I'm
a
a whole
lot
body.
of
I
hair.
take care of my mom that's an invalid, so I'm going to spend my time in the garden. It doesn't matter what my hair looks like.
There you go.
Winter, good cause.
I don't know where you got all this hair.
That's right. Great cause.
Elfie. Wait to get to my
Is
honey.
this the first time you've shaved your head?
Yeah.
Yes.
First time.
Great. Is it something you think you will do again?
Yep. Is it something you'll do again?
What?
Is it something you'll do again?
Yes.
They're all deaf here. They
Great.
they're hearing aids on and they can't hear you.
I'm deaf.
Look at that. How's that feel? Does that feel good to have all that hair off there?
Does it feel good to have your hair off?
Yes, I'm tired of pulling it up to get it out of my way. I can't stand it in my
There
face.
you go. You won't have to worry about that in about 10 minutes. You'll have nothing to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's coming off nice, right?
I've been trying to decide on a haircut for months.
Well, you won't
This
have
is
any
it.
gray hair when you're done with this.
This is it. It's not a choice that most women would make. I commend you. So can you see your current haircut?
Can you see your hair cut?
I can see that. Yeah.
I think we should
You can
stop
see it?
now.
Okay.
No, you're not going to stop now.
We're about halfway done. Wow. Look at how smooth that is. All right. You know, you've got the honor of being the final haircut of the day for us. How do you feel about that?
How do you feel about being the final haircut of the day?
I've been lost a lot of times. But my sister-in-law, she decided at the last minute, so we're going to do her too. This is a big
Good.
step for her because she's also an invalid and she has MS, but she wanted to do something to help.
Well, thank you again for participating.
You're welcome.
Let me turn the other way.
Oh my goodness, look at that hair.
Which way you want me?
She's stepping in.
I like it like that. Leave that.
Besides.
No. No.
No.
Oh, you look cute. Huh? You look cute. I look cute? You look cute. No.
Looks like there's only a couple of swipes left and then it's all gone.
Yeah. I suppose she's letting me do it because I got. Oh, shut up.
See, the dog likes it. Now, are your dogs going to even know who you are now? Without hair?
Debbie. Yeah.
It's all gone. How's it feel?
How's it feel? Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks great on you. Thank you so much for participating and raising money to help fight childhood cancer.
She's in a wheelchair.
Oh, we got one more. We got a latecomer, huh?
Yes.
First time.
First time.
All right.
Let's just go out here.
Oh, me?
That's great to hear.
And she has MS.
Everybody else was doing it, so want to join right in, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, have at it. Starting with the ponytail.
Goodbye.
Do you do that so they can't back out? Once that's cut off, there's kind of no turning back, right?
That's all right. It'll grow back.
Yeah. Just hair.
Yeah. That's just a nice, or it's just hair.
So is this something you'll continue to do year after year now that you're doing it the first time?
Yes, I will.
Good.
Yep. Just got thick hair.
Thank you for becoming a part of Team St. Baldrick's.
You're welcome.
Oh, new scissors. Look at that.
Got too much hair.
Can't help it.
That's all right.
Oh, those ones work good. Yeah. Got
Oh,
the
yeah,
big nod of
good job,
approval
good
there.
job.
You guys will all be, none of you will have gray hair now.
Nope.
And there it is.
Goodbye.
Oh, what do you think of that?
A lot of hair right there. All your ringlets are gone too.
They'll come back.
Yeah, true.
They're already, huh?
Yeah. Let's go.
All right, here goes the rest of it.
That's quite
So who's got to clean up all that hair when you're done? Is that your job as the person doing the shaving, or is that not included in the volunteer duties?
Oh, probably one of us. Is Mama awake? We could do hers. I told her that earlier. I said, no, I guess we won't do your Mama. You'll have hair in your back.
Yeah, that's coming off nicely.
Oh, they're good clippers. They're what? Good clippers. They're good clippers. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we'll do your haircut every 2 months and we'll just shave it every time.
You got
Is your head cold yet?
Yeah. I'll have to have Beck and John come up and look at my head.
Let's send them pictures.
Okay.
So now you've got the honor of being the last person to have their cut.
Yeah.
For today's event, and right after you're done, we're gonna announce a new total raised at this point.
Like sharing a sheet.
And don't forget all those out there still watching and those here in person that you can continue to donate throughout the rest of the day.
I will.
And technically probably year round if you want to stay involved in St. Baldrick's. Yeah, so you don't ever have to stop giving. go to the St. Baldrick's of Norwich webpage. I was out there earlier. It's a great webpage, a lot of information. So make sure you stay up to date of what's going on. And hopefully next year, this will be a huge indoor event, live event. Again, like it used to be. I can tell you, it used to be one of the biggest party nights of the year here in town, and for a great reason, right? So how we coming there? Looks like we got just about one side left to go.
Yeah. We should leave it? No.
Yeah, let's leave it.
No.
No.
I bet I can tap it off.
Well, there you go. She took most of it off at this point. You're just lucky she likes you.
Oh, yeah. Well, did I get your ear? A little bit. Oh, man, cut an ear right off.
It's only one ear. You got two.
Yes,
You'll be all
right.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's mommy. I know the dogs aren't gonna know us. I know they won't.
Yeah, you're gonna have to reintroduce yourself to your animals, you know.
These dogs won't know me.
Almost there. Looks like just a little bit left. All right. Well, ladies, I want to thank you so much for your time today. Appreciate you getting involved. There's all three bald heads at one time. Let's see a group photo there. All right. Congratulations, ladies. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you again next year. And please stay on the line so you can hear our big announcement in regards to the amount of money raised today.
All right.